You're watching The Kate Fox Show. I'm Kate Fox, and today I am here with Billy Mira.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Good.
And Billy, I didn't even realize the extent of your resume until I sat down and looked at it. And I mean, you've done, I mean, besides Howard Storn. Howard Storn.
I have yet to do Howard Storn.
But you do
I hope
Howard
to be on
Stern.
the Howard Stern, yes.
Saturday Night Live, I didn't realize.
Yeah. Stuff on SNL, yeah.
You work with Jim Brewer.
Yeah, I did a lot of work with Jim Brewer on Sirius Satellite.
And you do some stuff with Rob Rush and Mark Mendoza?
Yeah, even those two clowns. I'll even give them my time as well. When they're lucky.
And how often are they lucky?
Yeah. Not that often.
Not that often.
I isolate myself. The pandemic was the best thing for our relationship. I've got to isolate and distance.
And absence makes the heart grow fonder, right?
Yeah. No, I love those guys. Very close friends of mine.
Yes, and they're both great guys.
Yeah.
And you are Billy Mira and the Hitmen.
Yes. That's what they tell me.
And you're a crooner.
Yeah.
You're a crooner.
Thank you.
Wow. What was the one Time in a Bottle?
No, actually,
What am I thinking of? You did a
that's
cover.
weird that you said that. I'm gonna probably record that soon. I did. If you could read my mind.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's right.
And I shot a lot of the video right here in this park.
Really?
Yeah, on location here in Eisenhower Park.
Eisenhower Park, and this is near where you grew up.
Yeah. This is I hold this place near and dear to me because actually did grow up next door to this park, and I used to walk through here to go to the Coliseum. So this is like, I always dreamt of playing this park and Nassau Coliseum. Little dreams, not so bad.
Hey, you gotta have the little ones to get to the big ones, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but for me, this is like home. This is like my backyard.
Your backyard, okay. And when you were playing in this backyard, was this what you imagined you would be doing with your life? Was this always the career path you knew you were going to take?
It was either that or hockey. Yeah, it was either that or hockey, but a kid in Westbury, New York, without an ice rink was a bit of a problem for that career. So that was a little bit of an impedance on becoming a professional hockey player. So I could dream with that. So I went more into the musical route as I got older,
Okay.
And in those days, they didn't have the Northwell ice rink that they have here now, because otherwise I would have lived in this rink. I had to wait for the winter to come to skate on the lake that was down there, and I used to come in the middle of winter with my skates around my shoulders and walk through the golf course, and jump the fence. So whenever you hear this stuff, whenever I say to my kid, I used to go up a hill, up ice, and fight dragons. That really was what I used to do when I was younger.
Where were the dragons?
The dragons. Imagine dragons.
Oh.
See how I did that?
Oh, I like that.
Did you like that?
You're keeping me on my toes. I should have.
So they call me Twinkle
before.
Toes.
So you did music. Okay. So you started with music.
Yes.
What instrument did you start with? Was it your voice, or?
Well, you know what? I actually, tuba was the first thing I ever picked up, and I was like, this ain't cool, But so I started studying music, basic stuff, and then I went to switch to guitar, played bass, played a little piano. But where I really excelled was in the theater. So that was really my first love before, anything was the theater, and it just all kind of worked hand in hand, performance and music. So it would only make sense that I would actually wind up going and becoming, a singer and going further with that. But and then I just started studying voice from an early age of about 14. And, just like everybody else. And I'm still trying to master my craft. I always say that. I'm never happy. I listen, sometimes I listen to recordings and I love them right off the bat. And then sometimes I'll listen to something and I go, man, utter crap. I don't know if I get
You can say that. While we aren't terribly cursy, we do have people that we interview that are quite cursy.
I can bleep myself.
You can.
So.
Yes, I don't bleep. So if you want to bleep, you can. If something slips out, that's okay too.
Okay.
Okay. On the bleep note, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Rob Rush, and you are watching The Kate Fox Show, for those that are in the know.
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet, you know that ghost is me. And I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost you can see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sells. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero who'd be me. Heroes often fail, and you won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Enter number two, a movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. I never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet, the story always ends. And if you read between the lines, you'll know that I'm just trying to understand the feeling that you left. I never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back.
And we're back, and I should have known I was going to be laughing today. So we're having a grand old time, and I forgot to mention you did a show on Fox. Do you still do the show on Fox?
No. I was on Fox out in Las Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah, I was on Fox Sports Radio and Fox 5 Television out there for about 2 years.
And then you came back.
And I was
here.
covering the sport, the great sport of mixed martial arts. It was completely out of left field, and it was one of those, it was just one of those left field things I just happened to fall into. It was not even something that was planned.
Wow,
A lot of people think,
that's
do you like the
kinda
Joe
cool, though.
Rogan route? And I'm like, no, I had no aspirations of being like Joe Rogan. It was just something I enjoyed. I saw a niche for it at the time. And actually, I started, when I was up in Sirius, one of the shows, which was a very little known MMA show that was there. You gotta remember, MMA was a growing sport. It was growing leaps and bounds, and it wasn't even on a national scale at that point, or a national like Fox. It was on Fox for 7 years. ironically. And then went to ESPN just recently, and they signed like a $700 million deal like a year or two before I started doing it. So they were like in the wild, wild west at that point.
Wow.
They didn't have any major media outlets, and out of my garage, I built a studio in my garage. So I started doing the show on Sirius with a friend of mine, and I thought I knew a lot about the sport until I got around guys who actually knew a lot about the sport. But I, as a fan, I knew a lot, you know, and I would go on and do like these MMA rants. They were comedic rants about things that were going on in the industry. So I left, and after a while, I just, you know, I stopped doing it, and I was like, you know, it was fun, it was a lot of fun, you know, but I think I'm gonna go put some time into the studio that I haven't figured out some shows online, and then, you know, kind of work to see what I wanted to do next. And I wound up, the guy left Sirius, and he goes, let's do that show with me. How's your studio? I said, okay, let's do it. We started breaking major stories because of these contacts right out of my studio and my house.
Wow. So right out of
like
your
all of a
garage.
sudden it'd be like on all these pages. So everybody wanted to know, who is this show? Like, what are they on? Because it was like we were breaking all of these, and then they were going back to this website. So we had worked with a writer that we found that was off of one of the websites for mixed martial arts, and he started transposing all of our interviews and releasing them in press, and they were getting picked up everywhere, and we were getting quoted. So the go-to guy started becoming me, and I was like, how did this happen? I'm like,
That's
I
so
was
cool,
doing this for
though.
fun, and then the next thing you know, it's like, yeah, you got to come out to Vegas. So that's what happened. So people found out about it, associated with the UFC, and they went out there, and we did it for 2 years until they went major, and you know, the major fighters that were retiring were much better versed at the sport. So it was an honor to do it for 2 years. It was awesome.
That's
You know?
cool.
Yeah, and I used to do 92.3 comp out there every Monday morning. I was on the big rock station out there. So it got me back in the circuit, and there is where I came up with the idea for Billy Mira and the Hitmen, which was a Vegas-style show that combined, because I used to drive to the studio every day, and I'd look up, you know, I'd see Chris Angel. I grew up with Chris Angel, you know, I grew up in the city. So I'm like, you know, I look up, I'm like, I want to be on the side of a hotel, you know, this big hotel. I said, how do I get back here doing what I really do, not this sports stuff, which I enjoy, you know, combining everything that I do. And that's when I went to go see a couple of shows, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go write that. And right then the deal ended with Fox. I came back to New York, and I said, when I go back, I'm going to go back with a residency in one of these hotels, even if it's for a year or two, but I want to go back as me doing what I do. Because I started doing stand-up.
That was okay. Good, because I don't have to ask that question now.
So I started doing stand-up, getting back into it when I was out there. I had a great friend of mine, a phenomenal comedian. He just came out with a special on Amazon Prime called Todd Rex, named Todd Rex, produced by Bill Burr and Craig Robinson.
Oh, okay.
And he used to come stay with me all the time. And he said to me, you gotta go on stage. You're coming to me. We're going, and I'm playing a headline in Planet Hollywood tonight. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't been on stage in a while, and it was just like I went back on stage, and I'm like, I gotta do this more. Odd thing. So here I am on a major network in Vegas, and more people and young comedians would come up to me and they'd shake my hand and they would say, hey, I'm a big fan. And I thought, you know, and they'd be like, no, from the Stern Show, I used to love your stuff. And I used to be like, oh, I forgot. Like, you could forget, like, all that stuff you did in the past, you know, so.
Well, that's great.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, so that was a lot of fun. I actually got recognized more for the Stern Show stuff that I did than I did for even the stuff that I was doing out there, which always blew my mind.
That's true. Well, you know, it's funny because you never know what's going to come back, good or bad, to haunt you. So,
I'm still waiting. Dad, get the hell out of here, kid. That was a long time ago. It was a drunken night. It's not me.
he's going to finish the interview. I'm just going to sit here and laugh. Okay, so then you got back up. This is what you just did to me. There's nothing
I told
there.
you should have had notes.
No, the notes would be nothing. I'd be going, what did I, wait, okay, wait. There's the map.
We're on this cleatus table. Looks like a big cleat.
It does, actually. It does. It's a picnic bench. It's okay.
Yeah, it's great. I love this whole setting.
It is a beautiful setting. But I'm going to take one more break, and then I want to come back and just talk about what you've got going on now.
Good.
I forget though. The comedians are usually the hardest to reel in sometimes.
Why? Because we go off on tangents.
So let's talk about Billy Mira, shall we?
He's a
Come on,
He's
you're
a
starting to
jerk
say something.
off. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's a no talent hack. Hack.
Hey, Rush, don't fog up the screen. My interview's being conducted. With that face of yours. You know, I was talking about a cleat. Your face looks like it was hit with a cleat. Now, shut up.
Okay.
This will probably make it in. Just, you know.
By the way, me and Rush are best friends. Best friends. We're attached at the pinky.
Oh my God! Yes, I actually caught them holding pinkies when I walked up. But we are back, and what are you doing now? Right now, well, not right this minute,
I'm
because
sitting
you're
in this
sitting
beautiful
with me.
park, sitting here talking with you. Obvious answer.
But you've been working a lot,
Yeah, well,
or you've been very busy.
no, the pandemic, when COVID, the whole thing started in the lockdown, I did a few shows, very select shows, and I even said to, the people that I work with, I said, look, I'm not, I give a lot of credit, my heart goes out to a lot of the guys, musicians that are out there struggling right now in a very difficult time,
Yeah.
because this is their living and maybe they don't have a couple of bucks in the bank. But I only want to do shows right now and it's full capacity. Otherwise, I told them, I said, don't book me unless it's full capacity. People can come to the show. I'm not interested in putting on a mask and singing in front. It totally blows the vibe. So
Everything. It changes everything.
for my Billy Mira persona, Billy Mira and the Hitmen persona, it has to be engaging. As a matter of fact, when I did the show in Valley Stream, people, kids were running. At first everybody was distant. They didn't know if they could approach me, and then some kids actually came running up, and that was everybody. You could hear a sigh of relief from everybody. That everybody kind of like, we need this right now.
We do.
And I respect for everybody who wants to put a mask on and protect themselves, but people need to get back to life also.
Agreed. Oh, agreed 100%. Because, and not to get into this whole pandemic thing or what people believe.
Yeah, I'm not putting anybody down. This is not a political
Everybody
statement.
handles it in a different way.
Right, correct.
But I know I am cautiously aware, but I'm also not willing to not live because there's this specter of the great doom.
Right. Sure.
And I think that's a big issue. And like what you just said, some people, they don't have money in the bank maybe, and they need a couple dollars, or they've got the wedding gigs dried up, if we're talking about musicians, because a lot of people have to supplement their income regardless of their
My
livelihood.
heart went out as so many people lost jobs and were out of work, and musicians were taking jobs for half the money because you couldn't put a lot of people in. I wasn't interested in any of it, and I feel bad because I'm like, look, let everybody come back to life. Then I think all of that stuff should, follow suit. But I give credit to everybody that's out there.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
readjusting and reinventing themselves, at least for the time being, type of thing. But I have no interest until it all comes back. That's just me.
Which is, I'm interested in you. That's why I'm sitting here with you.
No,
so I want to know what you think.
Yeah. And you don't mind breathing on me.
No, actually, I'm going to sneeze after we turn the
That's
camera
fine,
off.
that's cool.
I want to
make sure it's right in my face.
And I almost did sneeze
The
just
COVID.
before. I was
That's
like,
right,
oh my
that's
God,
right.
please
I
don't.
know, right? As
please
soon as
don't,
everybody
please
sees
don't.
it, there's the Rona. He's here.
Where's his mask? Call 911.
Cool.
But and not to mock at all, because it's serious. I understand it's serious, but we are trying to live as well. And
Right.
otherwise, what's the point?
Exactly.
So how do you keep yourself busy if you're not out there being Billy Mira?
He doesn't.
I come to Eisenhower Park. I come to Eisenhower
with Rob Rush.
Yeah, right now it's a lot of strategy, just looking to see what I'm going to do in the future. There's a bunch of fires in the iron.
Okay.
Irons in the fire.
Irons in the fire.
Irons in the
Irons
fire.
in
A bunch
the
of
fire.
fires in the iron.
That
That's
could
a
be
new
a,
one.
you
That's
could
it.
write a
Fires
song
in the
about that,
iron.
man.
Fires in the iron. Yeah, so I got a couple of things that are coming that I'm probably going to wind up doing soon.
Okay.
I may even do a live performance soon online and do something like that. And I got a couple of things that I'm hope because I really want to get back to performing and even broadcasting, but I don't want to want to do it the way that I was doing it before. No sports, maybe a little bit, but or entertainment.
Yeah, which clearly that's what you were born to do. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, that's what they tell me.
so you want to get back to what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's really what
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
just kind of, look like everybody else, clearing up, seeing what's happening and waiting for the smoke to clear, and we'll see what happens. And just trying to enjoy life. The one good thing, I said the silver lining and everything that you have to take away is, I think I was able to stop for a minute, take a deep breath, and just look around and enjoy what is around you for a little while. So if anything, that's what I think everybody needs to take it away.
Agreed.
And turn the television off and the newspaper off and stop listening to all the bickering. And that's the other thing I can't
All
take
of them, everyone, just shut up.
The
No
political
offense
experts.
to any of my friends. No, I don't care what side you're on. I don't care what.
Oh, my
Shut up.
It's the virtue signaling in every direction, and I can't. That's the one thing I wish wasn't. I wish as a society we could get away from.
Yes, it would be nice,
Is
right?
this red shirts, versus the blue shirt mentality?
Yeah.
And get back to just, hey, how you doing? It's the people who vote for something politically or unfriending each other. You are
And
insane.
Yes.
You should be ashamed if you do that, unless somebody was rude or vicious with you, or ate your lunch. You don't unfriend anybody.
The lunch is a big one, actually.
That's a big
That's,
one. You eat my lunch, it's all over.
But it's true. We're all people, and we all grew differently. We've
Yeah.
all been raised differently. We all live differently. So
Yeah.
we each have our own opinion. And for us to go cuckoo crazy over somebody else's, what are you doing to yourself?
Yeah.
It's really, that's sort of what we're all doing to
Yeah,
ourselves
yeah,
if we're
it is.
not focusing on living,
Yeah, I agree.
right?
I agree. That's something that is the one thing, I think, the one good thing that everybody's, able to sit and just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It was like a vacation, an allowed vacation.
Yes.
Some people just didn't go back to work, unfortunately. That's the only kind of,
That's
that was the
yeah.
bad byproduct of the whole thing. But I think, that was the takeaway is to just take a deep breath. Or like that.
Okay, wait.
Yeah. You could do that with 6 feet apart. That's what they say. By the way, the masks, they do nothing. To me, they're just dirt boxes. Here, put this dirt box on your face.
All right, but dirt is good for the immune system.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's, so are germs.
This is true.
Everybody is going to get corona at one point. It's unfortunate, but so, they just have to figure out, what the vaccine is at one point, and then everybody will think maybe they'll take a sigh of relief. But, I think everybody's going to get it at one point.
That's quite possible because you hear
unfortunate.
different things all the time anyway.
Take care of yourself because try to not have any comorbidities.
Eat right, get rest, get some fresh air, exercise, lose weight.
That's
what
it.
else?
Yeah.
What else? I'm
Oh,
trying
that was
to.
another thing, the corona weight, man. And,
Did you gain weight?
oh yeah, I did. I lost, and then I went up. Then I have to, so I'm always fighting. I'm always like one of those, like a fighter. I'm always putting on and then taking
I'm
it off.
kind of there with you right now, but I didn't gain the corona weight.
Yeah, no, I did it.
I didn't.
And I was I was good up until about 2 months in, and I was kind of still on a routine, and then I fell apart. I admit it.
Slips.
I admit it. I fell apart.
Well,
I got weak.
we're going to put you on a conditioning program. Mr. Rush is going to be your supervisor.
I eat his lunch.
I-
That's what the problem is. I ate his lunch. I was eating 2 lunches, too many.
Now you only get a half a lunch a day.
Half, yeah. Then
Oh my God.
to scale me back. Half a sandwich. I know.
I'm having too much fun. Okay, if people want to see what you've got going on, where do they go to look?
BillyMira.com. BillyMira.com. BillyMiraComedy.com. BillyMiraandthehitman.com. It all goes to the same place.
Very cool.
Very cool. And you can see videos and information. You'll see just about this many shows booked this year. But we will have, that will be changing. And catch me on Facebook also. Billy Mira, or Billy Mira and the Hitman. Just hit a like for it. And yeah. Catch me. You can message me. Maybe I'll get back to you.
Maybe he won't. You don't know. It's a crapshoot. So, listen, if you're gonna make people laugh, I'm gonna try and make you laugh.
That's it.
But I want to thank you for talking to me.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Billy Mira.
Kate Fox. Eisenhower Park.
Eisenhower Park.
Ever since I can remember, I always loved singing, so I sang. I love to laugh, so I crack a few jokes now and again. I love mimicking everybody I ever loved watching on television, so I learned to do some impressions. Well, what if I could do all those things in one show? I think you'd like that.
This guy is on the hot tin roof, drinking out whiskey, not a 6 proof. I don't need no doctor, I don't need no pain, but there's just 2 steps ahead of my brain. Foot go right to the head, but all they play was this old man. Come on, baby, baby, let's get out of here right away. Everybody, rock this town, rockin' inside out.
Guys think they are calling themselves the Hitmen. You try to rock my town and I'll show you a Hitman, huh? You're a real funny guy, Mira. A real funny guy.
He says, you're gonna be big. And I'm gonna coin a phrase. You're Billy, you're gonna be big, you're gonna be bigly, okay?
I get no respect at all, I tell you. But tonight, I'm feeling lucky, baby.
We don't wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning is come. And I know now the time is just right. And straight into my arms you will run, my love. When autumn leaves start to fall, Dr. Evil. I ate breakfast 100 yards from men who were trained to kill me. So don't think for 1 second you make me nervous, okay? Oh, that's what I'm doing. My little godfather.
Eric, who's some of the people that we lost this week that can't spend time with their families?
Talking about David Cassidy?
David Cassidy, I love that guy. He always sang to his mother. He said, I think I love you, Mom.
Who's part of the family?
It was the Partridge family. They were never our enemies.
If you're looking for trouble, you can come to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, look right in my face. I was born standing up and talking back. My daddy was a green and red, because I'm evil. Pretty woman, talk around. Pretty woman, give your smile to me. I'm Jones. Like this. She's a kind of like a phone, take the dinner. She's a lady.
What are you going crazy? You know, what are you like? This isn't a movie, okay? I mean, this is for real now. You're talking about Billy Crystal, not Billy Mira. Analyze this, analyze that.
Nah, Crystal. You're out. This guy Mira, he's in.
You sound insane right now. You really do. Bobby, you're not the only Italian I can work with. You know what? I'm going to go do a movie with Al Pacino, and he'll pull me back in. You remember that line? It was great. Not to mention his hoo-ah line. I love that line. Hoo-ah. I love it. It's great.
Where do you get off making a movie with Billy Crystal behind my back, going over my head?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I had to do a comedy. I had to show another side of my career here, all right?
The only reason you have a career is because I made that possible. It's because of me. I'm what counts in your films. Did Billy do Raging Bull with you, huh?
No, he didn't.
Did Billy do Goodfellas with you?
No, he didn't.
Did Billy do Casino with you?
No, he didn't.
Do you know they think you went back crazy back in New York? A comedy? Since when are you a comedian? You're running me out of my own movies?
I only told Oliver Stone I want to do one more comedy. That's it.
You wanted to do a comedy.
Yeah, I did.
You could have had a million other roles. Don't you ever go over my head and do a movie without me again, huh?
Joe.
Or every producer wannabe will have a piece of you. Next you'll be telling me you're going to do a movie with that guy Billy Mira, huh? Another
Leave him
clown.
alone.
He'll
Leave him
amuse you, huh?
alone.
Don't you think I forget about you, Mira? I see you. I see
Leave
you.
him
You're a real
alone.
funny guy.
Come on, Joe. Let's go see the show.
Okay.
Well, the great Billy Mira is here.
Billy! Guy's an animal.
Oh, he's an absolute animal. Are you kidding?
This is everybody.
I gotta say one thing. Billy Mira, one of my favorite comedians in the whole world.
Hey, this is Billy Mira, and you are watching.
You're not Billy
Show.
Mira.
I'm Rocky Balboa, you know? Hey, this is Billy Mira, and you are watching The Kate Fox Show.